Hello, hello. Hi, Barbara. Yay is right. Yeah. I'm glad you're here, Barbara. Tanya and I had some struggles with technical difficulties, but she finally figured out something so we can actually go ahead and stream. Um, so we're glad. We're glad Tanya's here. I'm glad you're here, and anyone else who is here. But I did remember. See, I got my card out. You don't have to tell me. I had told Barbara she had to remind me that I need to do my iCAD for today
Oh,
because I'm
okay.
doing them, like a day or two in advance, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to forget to do one today. So,
Hi, Barbara. Um,
hi Sharon, hi Brittany. We're so glad y'all are here.
oh, Sharon. I got a package from while I was gone, and I didn't stream last Sunday, so I didn't say thank you and open it or anything. Well, I opened it to make sure it was all okay, but I haven't pulled everything out. But I just wanted to let you know I did get it, and thank you very much. And Sunday I will probably open it and um, what do I want to say? And
Show
do
it
a,
off.
a yeah, do a page with it. I usually do a page with Happy
Yeah.
Meal. So I just wanted you to know I got it. It's
Hi
just simple.
Letitia. Glad
Is
you're here.
is Letitia
Hi
heavenly
Joyce.
is Letitia heavenly gifted?
Yes.
Okay, I think I've
I'm
got
right
that.
about that, aren't I? You haven't been in a little while, so I may have messed up on that. But I
Yeah,
think
it's
so.
Letitia. It's Letitia.
Okay.
I'm just
Well, I
I
thought
just checked
so.
my thing. Hi Joyce. Hi Sharon. Hi Barbara. Hi Brittany. Okay. Oh, and I have to tell you, Jamie was on top of it with sending out her 6 things.
Boy, wasn't she?
Okay, but guess who's on top of getting the first video in?
Who?
Barbara.
Wow. All
I
right,
already have
Barbara.
Barbara's August video. Guys, we are going to do same sex Wednesday again.
Starting
Um,
in
yeah,
August.
starting, yeah, we're the August dates will be the first ones. Um, but whose things are first? Jamie's things are first, and that's because I knew Jamie was sending them out. Jamie was going on a trip, so she had her things together and her envelopes. And as I found the 6 people and was sure of it, made sure she had the right addresses. And um, she even shipped one of her envelopes while she was on her trip. So,
Yeah, she shipped Beth's while she was here. Well, she gave it to me actually. She couldn't find a post office, so I took
okay.
it to the post office and for her. So, but yeah,
Okay. Barbara's are in the mail as of yesterday, and Barbara is the second. Um, that'll be September's video. Hi, Sherry.
well, mine aren't in the mail yet, but I finally this morning got my 6 items. So
Well, I have a
they're not as
problem.
homogeneous as they usually are. Usually mine kind of all go together. This time it's just random stuff. So
Random
it'll
stuff.
be
Well,
interesting.
I haven't. I have one of my items that I want to use is in the piles of stuff that I bought.
Ah,
Okay, I'm going to tell y'all something. We shopped. We shopped a lot of places. Hi, Mandy.
hi
Um,
Mandy. We're glad you're here.
okay, I don't buy clothes very often. I don't buy shoes hardly ever, and um, I have a new pair of cute little kicky boots that little short ankle boots that I paid $6 for at the thrift store. They were brand spanking new. They had a whole they're leather. They're real cute.
Cool.
But Jeffrey found Santa Claus boots
All
for I
right.
think for $8. Hi Sue. If I
Hi
missed
Sue.
anybody saying hi, hi. Um, anyways, one of the things I want to put in my 6 items is in the some of the stuff I bought. There will be one, two, three, four videos from our trip of hauls for our trip at least because there's so much stuff. Um, we kind of had a strange trip, very strange, and especially towards
Sue
the.
says shopping is one of the purposes of vacations.
Well, that's right. It is, and we thrift store shopped at garage sale shopped. Part of it was, in Omaha, Brandon works all day, so our only thing to do in Omaha besides sit around. Um, well, we did spend one whole day going over to look at an RV, but it's to go shopping. So we did garage. There was a city subdivision wise garage sale, and we bought stuff that I can't even show you. Like Jeff had been complaining in the camper he wanted an ottoman. We found an ottoman, perfect little tiny round ottoman for $1.
All right.
Yeah, it works perfect. We can slide it under the table when we're moving, and I was like, great, okay. So, but also then he found he saw this one thing. It's a thermometer and uh, humidity
With the
thing.
barometer and all of
Yeah,
that.
all of that. He wanted it for the greenhouse, and he thought the things in the box were $1 each. Well, she said, no, the whole box is $1. The man bought 3 boxes full of crap. Sorry for my language, but that's what it was.
Well, at least he shopped too.
Oh yes. Oh, and
So it was a community effort. It
it was a
wasn't just
community
you.
effort. He got a brand spanking new, bright orange. It's like a hunting vest, but we bought it to put in the Jeep.
Yeah.
We're on the road a lot in case we have a bad problem and you have to be on the road. And so he bought that and stuck it in the Jeep. He got jeans. I got pants while we were in Wetumpka. Some 100% cotton, like duck cloth pants, like work pants.
Yeah.
Um, they were $3. Hi, Beth. So
Hi, Beth.
can't not
We're
take
glad you're
that.
here.
I bought myself a jean jacket, a gorgeous jean jacket for 4. So everything we bought was cheap, really good prices. And then we bought a grill. That wasn't cheap. So we took my son to buy worms.
To buy worms?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought that's what you said. I just want to be
Yep.
sure.
He wanted worms, so we took
For
him
his
to buy.
plants or for fishing?
He's going no, they're mealworms, but you can feed them to other creatures, or he's going to teach them to eat plastic. Apparently, mealworms will eat plastic and survive on it.
Interesting.
So he's experimenting.
Yeah.
So
How fun.
I bought him mealworms. So um, anyways, guys, so we're gonna do same 6 Wednesday again. And Beth is going to play with us. So it's Lisa, myself, Jamie, Maria, Barbara, and Beth. Did I say them all right?
I think so.
Okay. So they will, same 6 Wednesday will be the 3rd Wednesday, and it'll start in August. And we actually do 7 videos because on the 7th month we do a flip of all our pages for that session. So
Or whatever we made. Most everybody makes a journal type thing, but you don't
yeah,
have to.
yeah, most of us make journal pages, but you don't have to. I think Jamie did a really cute journal with tags, things like
Yes, that
that.
was adorable.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed watching her do all of those.
Yeah.
Of course, she
Uh,
makes everything fun. So
yes. Mm-hmm. She does. Beth, I will tell you what I haven't heard how the worms are doing yet. We got them one of the last days we were there. So the biggest thing is that what did I take him? Oh, some oatmeal I had in the camper that was kind of old to feed to them, because you have to make sure they're healthy before you can start feeding them plastic. Well, hello, Andrea.
hi, Andrea.
Tell me a lovely myth from long, long ago. Well, here's the big problem: is we're supposed to go back out in September. So, um, but I don't know. We're also talking about spending I don't know. We're talking about buying a new motorhome. And that's making me kind of freaky.
Yeah.
I will, Barbara. I'll keep you posted. Okay, but now Lisa and I have another thing. You want to tell them?
We're going to have another streamathon.
Yay! Okay.
and it's going to be Christmas in July,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. Christmas in July. Um,
Making sure because my brain has been, going out on me at times lately.
and I have not approached anybody yet about that, but if you guys are interested, and a bunch of you are already on my list to approach, but until we announced it, I didn't want to say anything. But uh, several of you that are here are already on my list to send messages to. So I will try to do that tonight. Things are kind of weird today. I've just had a kind of strange morning. Anyways, we are doing it. It's the Friday afternoon, Saturday. And Lisa, I have it set up to start at 3. Is that going to work?
It'll be all right.
Okay.
What day was it?
It's
The
Friday
date?
the 21st.
21st. Okay. Um, Maybe I'll get lucky and Hannah will feel like she can
Take
pass her
herself.
driving test by then and it won't be an issue at all. But
Okay.
if it is, I'll just leave for a little while and go pick her up when it's
Okay.
time. It's
All
not a
right.
big deal.
Well, we decided to do it Friday night, Saturday, just simply because more people can be on and more people can be around. So Lisa and I are both going to work on probably December dailies. I pulled out 2 of my past Christmas things, just to give you, some ideas of simple things you can
Let me make
do.
it big, just a sec.
Okay. This is just a little tiny Christmas journal that I did mostly with um, like a Christmas paper pad and brown paper. Um, so that's a stamp. But, oh, I guess there's some coffee dyed paper in here too. So a lot of this was just leftover Christmas. This one actually pulls out. It's not wanting to do that. Why is it not wanting to do it? There we go. It pulls out like this. So that was just one
Thank
of
you,
the.
Andrea.
Oh, thank you very much. This is just one of the things, and I can't remember when I did this or if I was with Lisa when we did this. I can't remember. Um, it's just a little Christmas journal. Now, it doesn't have any dates or anything like that for December daily. It's just a Christmas December type journal. Um,
Hi,
this one,
Jacqueline. We're glad you're here.
hi, Jacqueline. This one is the Golden Book. And I know I did this one with Lisa. I don't think
Yeah,
Lisa used a Christmas book, did you?
I gave mine away to a friend to put her grandkids' Christmas pictures in.
Okay. All right. So it
So I
was
don't
a
even have it.
well, but it was a Golden Book, Christmas Golden Book.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I can't remember if that
I
was our.
actually made 2 of them simultaneously and gave them
Okay.
both away. So,
Okay. Well, I
hi,
haven't.
Dawn. We're glad you're here.
Hi, Dawn. Okay, it's host Zoom on Saturday morning, but you can take some time out for that. Okay. Perfect. Um, this is was a Golden Book project, and it was a Christmas, basically a Christmas journal. One of the things I want to do in mine this time is put uh, pieces that can be used as dates instead of just writing them down. I have a stamp set now that has, just a minute, see if I can grab it. That has all the dates like a month would have in it, so that I can date some little pieces of paper or tags or something that can be attached to the pages. Um, I won't attach them to the pages. I'll probably put them in a pocket or an envelope or something. Um, I have a couple of other little Christmas ideas that I might work on, but we're going to ask whoever plays with us to do something Christmassy, something on that theme.
It doesn't matter
Um,
what it is. It could
doesn't
even
that
be something you're going to gift to someone or,
That's right. If you want to
you know.
work on a project that you're going to gift to somebody else, that will be, you can make me small again. That will be cool. Make an ornament, make a page. It doesn't really matter, but we'd like you to try to stick to some kind of little bit of a Christmas theme, even if it's to make a Christmas card to mail later or postcard or something like that. So that will be the 21st and 22nd. If you don't think you're on my list already, my email is um, Tanya, Tanya. Can I type in this? I don't think so.
I
It's on
don't
my
think so.
website. It's in every video that, but can you type, Lisa?
I can, yeah.
Okay.
Let me go get it. I'll do it.
Okay.
Just keep going. I'll
Okay.
find it.
Okay, Lisa's gonna put my email in there, but if you think you're not on my list and you want to stream with us, um, just email me, okay? Because most of you are probably already on my list, but if you aren't, I need to get you on my list. So, and we're gonna ask everybody. We usually do a 3-hour session. You don't have to stay the whole 3 hours, but the other thing we do with this is we switch back and forth between channels. Um, will be on Lisa's channel, then my channel, then Lisa's channel, then my channel, and I don't know who I set up first. Barbara's going to type it in. Um,
All right.
that
Thanks, Barbara. For some reason, I went to my list, and usually Tanya's, at the top of my list,
and
but
it
she's been
wasn't.
gone for 3 months, and so now I can't find her on my list,
So
my subscriptions list, and
yeah.
thanks, Barbara.
Um, thank you, Barbara. Um, the the um, the reason for switching back and forth is to keep from having such a tremendous. That's it. Tanya McGuire2 at gmail.com. To have, if you do 24 hours in one video, it's never going to upload. So that way our videos will actually upload, and so we
People
switch
can
back
watch
and
them later if they can't be there. So
yeah, right, so they can be watched later. Okay, is there anything else I'm supposed to tell everybody? My
I
brain is
don't
fried.
know. Um, were we? Do we talked a couple of times about um some doing something on Thursdays while you're home, but I can't remember if we ever made a decision about a project we wanted to work on, or if we were just going to do whatever projects we wanted and stream together and not worry about that.
Well,
I don't remember.
I think I don't know that we ever decided on a project, and right this minute, my brain cells are not functioning. So I would
I
say
understand.
next Thursday, can we can we just do whatever? Are we going to
Yes,
stream?
absolutely.
Are we going to stream back and forth?
Yeah, next
Okay.
Thursday, let's do it on your channel.
Okay. Next Thursday, I'll be on my channel. That sounds like a plan. I do have a couple things I want to talk about too.
You need to be big again?
No, this is big enough.
Okay.
This, okay, a lot of you know I went and bought a whole bunch of these Crafter Square stamps, and I have something you need to be very aware of. You want them out of the package soon, um, because what happens is, I don't know why these people were totally, totally, cheapo. They're actually not on a second piece of plastic. Most of
Ooh,
these stamps come on two pieces of plastic.
yeah.
These, and they're stuck. So I'm going to have to wash every one of these blasted stamps because they were stuck to this cardboard. And this is not the only package that's like this. Yeah, they're silicone too. Yeah, they're silicone. Thank you. They're not plastic. They're silicone. Um, and so what I did was I took the outside cover and I cut a sheet. This may not stay this way. I may get some more pla- uh, hard plastic sheet, but that at least keeps it away from the cardboard. Just an FYI. The other thing is that this little holder thing, okay, if y'all can see, this is just a page protector that I cut in half, cut the side of it, and these fit. Ta-da!
Very smart.
Hi, Julie.
Hi,
So
Julie.
that was, I just wanted you to see that because the silicone has actually made bled through on these. So I'm going to have to clean all of these before I can use them, which is not making me very happy. One more thing was I'm trying to organize my studio because you guys know that this place has gotten to the point where it's causing me grief, and I can handle a lot of mess, but this is really bad. I have I have gotten these in the past at Dollar Tree. These expanding, they're really big. They have the big sides, but they haven't had them in a long time. And because the school supplies are coming out, they're back in stock. So if you need some of these are not plastic on the sides. They're fabric. Well, it's polyester fabric, but they're fabric on the sides so they don't tear up. Never ending
Ah,
organization, yes. And we got a few of these before. Lisa, I've got 3 or 4 of them. But they have not had them in a long time, and they just got them back in, as far as I know. Um,
yeah.
I was in there for something else today and uh, didn't find it, but that's okay. Uh, I did find these, and they're in the school supplies. Is where they had them in that store. Yes, never ending organization, but the other problem is the more stuff you bring in and you have it piled on the floor. I couldn't get to either one of my workstations when we got home. And I have to work. I haven't worked in months. I have to work. So it's one of those things.
I'm trying to use these rub-ons I got at the thrift store.
Uh-huh.
This brand is not like the ones at Dollar Tree. It's not sticky
Yeah.
and they don't want to come off. I'm having
Yes.
to really work hard to get them off. So I may end up throwing this one away and doing something else.
Well, that is rub-ons have never been my happy place until I got those ones at Dollar Tree. I was very surprised how well they worked.
Yeah. Well, and I've rarely ever even tried to use them except for the ones at Dollar Tree, so I was not expecting this.
Yeah.
And you can't even tell when you're rubbing on it whether you got it or not until you lift up the plastic.
No, Julie, we went on at
Oh,
1:30.
and I just forgot to take the thing off,
I'm sorry.
and it really wasn't working.
It's not funny. It's
Now
not
the
funny.
other ones I did take the thing off, and they still didn't want to work.
Okay,
But
I'm sorry. That wasn't funny, but it's the best thing that's happened all day.
oh, it was funny. It's okay.
Oh, oh, but I have to tell you, I also have to tell you all that. Okay, Lisa, I told you what my husband said after unloading the motorhome, right?
Yeah.
Jeff come in, okay. He unloaded and unloaded and unloaded, and I already told you that I've got like 4 hauls, maybe 5. I can't remember now because of the piles of stuff that he brought in. Okay. He says to me, he goes, "Hi, Teresa." He says to me,
Hi,
he goes,
Teresa.
"How much crap did you buy?" Okay. He then turned around, walked right back out of the house, right? It's okay. But then the next day, I said that the garage sale, that not estate sale company that I like to go to her estate sales, she puts in when there's craft stuff or sewing stuff or something like that, she puts in the email. I said, "Jeffrey, there's an estate sale on Saturday and I want to go." He said, "Okay, what time do we have to get up?" He just unloaded all this stuff and he lets me go to another one.
He's a keeper.
So, oh, it was funny. I giggled and laughed at him for a while. So, Okay, we got to
All right.
figure out. I'm going to mark these. These are my postcards from the trip. Oh, and this new stamp is gorgeous. Oh, it's gorgeous. Um, I didn't need another stamp, but this one was so pretty.
That
Um,
is pretty. Where'd
yeah,
you get that one?
um, a I went to three different scrapbook stores, and this one was in south of Kansas City in a little tiny town. I have their business cards, but I actually found it on Amazon. So when I do my what do you call that haul, I'm going to put the link to it because it's a European company. I bought when I went to the scrapbook stores. I tried to buy things I hadn't seen before and companies that um, I wasn't familiar with, or you know, things that just really spoke to me. I was trying to be good. So I don't have room for anything more. I shouldn't have brought anything more home with me, Brittany. I mean, really, I really shouldn't have brought anything home with me. Okay, I need, I need, uh, so,
Well, I would. um, Ethan has something going on every 2 weeks for a couple of hours, and so I leave and go do whatever while he's doing that, and then pick up Hannah and come home. So I decide. Usually there's grocery shopping or something, but sometimes I don't have anything like that, and so I just go to thrift stores. So I
mm-hmm.
did that yesterday, and I
And,
came home with some stuff that I don't need.
uh-huh.
Hannah was like, "Mom, you don't need this stuff." I said, "I know."
Yep,
She
okay.
said, "I thought you weren't buying anything else." I said, "I know."
Yeah, Teresa, that's the thing. If I don't just, if, especially as far as something that is a full regular price, I certainly am not buying anything regular price that I just don't truly love. Um, oh, Julie, I'd give anything for cold. I told Lisa our back porch was 107 at 6:30 last night, and
We were much cooler than her. We were at 106.
yes, much cooler. But didn't you tell me your
Our humidity
humidity?
was 72%, which is a lot
Okay,
for us.
yes, but ours is like, believe me, you're breathing water when you go out the door. It is
Yeah.
just awful. Um, okay,
Well,
come
ours
on.
was bad enough. I don't want to be in Florida if
Oh,
it's worse than that. Of
well, and
course, I know if I was in Houston or Dallas, it would be worse than that. So,
that's right. Um, you have to go to work in an hour. Oh, yuck.
well, that reminds me. I just want to tell y'all we're gonna have to go ahead and get off of here at 3:45.
Yeah.
So, I've got a chiropractor appointment. I'm really working on trying to get this hip fixed, and it's
Is it pinched?
well, I that my hip flexor muscle, and I've been babying it and kind of limping, and
Mm-hmm.
that's not helping
No.
um because then it just says, "Oh, I can do this." I can
Yep.
be short or whatever. And so I've been working really hard trying to just walk a normal gait, and I can't. I mean, I'm doing better today, but um it's like if like my leg will not limp.
Mm-hmm.
Even I was thinking, well, I thought I was only limping because it hurt, but it's tightened up enough that it's almost like I have to limp. And I didn't realize that, and so I've been really working hard to concentrate on forcing myself to not limp. And it's really hard to do that once you've been limping for a while. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you don't know how to walk again. Anyway, y'all just pray that I can get this worked out because it's really becoming, it is definitely getting better. I've been going twice a week. This is the second week, and I've quit doing all the exercises that everybody told me to do. And between those two things, it's getting better.
Okay.
It
Well,
reminds me of when I had plantar fasciitis
mm-hmm.
and I went on the internet and went to podiatrist websites and all this stuff, and everything told me to do all these exercises twice a day and na, and it was just getting worse and worse and worse. And I finally was so desperate, I paid $37 for a little PDF book that a guy promised he would give you your money back if it didn't help. And and he said, pretend like it's broken and stay off of it.
Mm.
He said, and give it, let it rest. You wouldn't try to exercise a broken ankle, or
Yep.
something. And so, anyway, when I did that, um, it it started getting better. And then
Well,
after you've been off of it a while, then start doing some exercises.
exercises. Yep.
And so I thought, that should have been enough to help me not put myself in this pickle, but it wasn't. So, anyway,
Hi, Kathy. Well, sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't.
hi, Kathy.
It
Sorry, I didn't notice you came in. I
it's
apologize.
oh
I
she
was
just
scrubbing on my thing here.
well and pretend like it's broken. Yeah. Mhm. Um.
Anyway, I just I just went, so I've stopped doing all those exercises except one where you swing your leg out and back because
Mhm.
that's the motion in walking that hurts. So I thought that's what I need to practice.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
I have been noticing that I'm going upstairs one-footed, and I have to stop that, and I have
you
to
do
figure
need
out.
to stop because that's what I've been doing for a couple of years
Yeah, and it's
because of my
it's.
knees. And I was always doing it the same way.
Mhm.
And that I think is part of this problem.
Yep. And
So
and
I
it's
never have, Barbara. I don't know even what a Baker's cyst is, but it sounds yucky.
oof. Yeah. It sounds painful. I don't know. It just okay. Come on now. That's gonna be irritabling. It's gonna make me irritable. Okay, what do I have that I can leave open? Hmm. Oh, there. That might work. Okay.
Well, if you can do it without falling, stop going up one-footed, Julie. I really feel like that's a lot of what
Uh,
I've done that messed me up.
I'm sure that it is not a good thing. I am positive it's not a good thing. Um,
And
and
I'm
I'm not.
struggling right now to stop it because it does bother my knees.
Uh huh.
And that's why I started doing it in the first place. But I'm managing. I just have to go slower.
Well,
And
and I'm not sure why I started doing that or what's what reason. Um, for those of you who don't know, these are the postcards that I sent Mom on our trip, and to bind them into a book, I have to punch holes in them, so I'm fixing them to punch holes in. Um, let's see, what
it
was the temperature this day?
must have been
Uh,
really hot.
it was unbelievable. We were in Louisiana. Um, I think the heat index was well over 115.
Oh goodness. Oh,
Yeah,
Beth, that sounds nice. I wish
in
I
the
had a pool to have
pool. Oh
stepped
yeah,
in. No,
yeah.
I don't, because I would not want to mess with taking care of it.
No, that's why we don't have one.
Yeah.
This whole neighborhood, everybody had pools. Um, luckily the bank had filled ours in before we bought the house. Now I say that, but it also means that the backyard is ugh, there's no growing anything in the middle of it because hi Shaz.
Hi, Shaz. We're glad you're here. Welcome, welcome.
Um, the way they filled the pool in was to take the existing concrete that was all around it as a deck and everything, and break it up and dump it in the hole.
Oh
So,
dear.
oh yeah. So our backyard is a, oh, you can't hardly dig a hole in it.
Will it
Um,
grow grass at least on that spot?
well, it will grow weeds.
Yeah. Well,
It
that's
does.
what grows in my yard. So,
Yeah. It's growing weeds for the most part. Um,
well, my mom has a spot in her backyard where when the house was built, if the house is right here, the driveway goes all the way back,
mhm.
and there's a carport right beside the house, just a cover. It's but the driveway goes beyond that into the backyard, like there used to be a garage there, maybe.
Mhm.
And but then they so they that I just figured this out the other day. They probably built the apartment that's in back after the house was built,
Mm.
because the garage now is in that apartment instead of back here.
Mhm.
Anyway, there's that part of cement still there that won't grow any, there's not
Won't
enough
grow anything. Yep.
dirt there to grow anything. So she's got this bald spot in her backyard. Um, anyway, it's weird.
Hi, Janet, and I'm sorry to hear that. I that is not a good thing to be to have the elevator out. I went to mom's this morning, and um, they had to have breakfast upstairs because their elevator was out, which irritates me even more.
I'm sorry, Janet. Is it fixed now? Can you leave now?
She said, "Yeah, but legally, Andrea, and what they actually do is another thing."
Unfortunately.
Um, that is, oh, this is one of my worst drawings while we were out, but it was a beautiful day. This is a little river, and we were parked over here, and my chair was right there, and we just sat there. Jeffrey played in the water, and it was just gorgeous. It was
Well, I
gorgeous.
like it. It makes me want to be there.
It was a fun day. We were in the Ozarks. We spent a week in the Ozarks, parked in a Corps of Engineers park, like 50 feet from the lake. Um, I didn't know we were that close to the lake when I booked the spot. I just booked a spot that had power and was supposed to be long enough for us. That was an interesting day when we got there. Um, uh, the site was supposed to be 52-foot long. We're 36 plus a couple of inches, and there wasn't an extra foot. I was backed up against a wall by the time I got the thing in. Also, the site was supposed to be 12-foot wide, and if it was 10, we were lucky because we were hanging over in the neighbor's lot with our slides.
Did you see what Andrea says? She says, Tanya, your worst is still better than my best. So it really is relative.
Well, thank you, Andrea. Um, that was, it's some days things look like, okay, this was another day. This was actually where I was talking about. Our camper was parked right along the water over here, and this was one direction. This is actually the road. It's a bridge that goes across the lake. These are, what do you call those things? That's the marina. Um, and it just was green. It was pretty. It was gorgeous out. It was just wonderful.
That's a beautiful little painting.
Mm, thank you. I really like. I mean, I do all right.
There's a lot in a lot of depth and everything in it. I really think it's good.
I think part of that is the way you work, because I work with the ink tints,
Yeah.
and I think that's what's wrong with this one to me, because it the background is not got as much depth as I'd like, and I think it needed to be darker in some areas.
Yeah.
And by the time I got this far, you know, I like it. Yes, Barbara, that's it. I remember the whole day when I do this. The problem is on our trips, a lot of times we don't slow down long enough for me to do that. It's I have to sit for, 45 minutes to an hour. Excuse me just a minute. Okay. Um, Julie asked me a question. Some I think. Oh, Julie, I'm having a little how shall I put it? I have a muscle in the front of my arm up into my shoulder and down, just above my boob. Um, it's in the front and I'm having some trouble with it. So I am going to see I have to see the doctor anyways, but I'm guessing I'm going to end up back in physical therapy for a little bit. It's not bad. I wouldn't say it's painful. What I would say is it's sore sometimes, and but I haven't stopped using it. Um, yes, Barbara, to sit and sketch and see. Jeffrey doesn't like to sit. My husband is not one of those people that sits. I'm not. I haven't slowed down using it. I can lift my hand as high as the other hand straight up, but I can't hold it there for a long period of time. So it's still got some, but it takes a year for any time your body's had something done to it. It takes a year for it to recover. So I'm not unhappy. Still can't reach behind my back as well as I want to, but I pick up the tea bottle, and a gallon of tea weighs quite a bit. I pick it up and pour it without any problems. I um I've I can drive the rig without any problems. So, I'm doing pretty good.
And I think I'm going to have to say this. I think sitting too much is part of my problem too. It
Ah,
hurts to walk, so I sit, and I
yep.
need to just go ahead and walk.
Mhm.
So,
Well,
so that
and
that's a I'm on a healing journey here,
yeah.
and I'm determined to take care of this.
Well, and the other thing is that lack of movement breeds lack of movement. So if you don't use all the muscles, then some of them get tired and don't want to work. And um, you know, I spent what 2, 3 months not allowed to do anything, so my whole body is gets kind of funky. As far as I'm concerned, my body's not ready but to be back. It needs to be exercised,
Yeah,
but it's too hot to go out and walk.
that's true. Well, I've just been for the past few days. I've just been pacing the house basically,
Yeah.
and going
Mhm.
up and down the back steps and out into the studio and back up and into the house,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
and just kind of wandering around, and which is actually kind of depressing because my house is such a mess. Um, that when I'm walking around, all I can see is how much I should be doing that I don't feel like doing.
Yeah, I
And
understand
so
that. And depression makes it worse.
it does.
When
Yeah.
you start getting depressed, that's what's happening in my studio. It's making it so I don't want to deal with it. And Helen was supposed to come over tomorrow and help me, but I asked her not to come because I've got mom stuff that it's going to have to be dealt with. And my whole morning this morning was kind of a thing, but she's going to come help me. We're going to start with my rubber stamps and silicone stamps, and we're going to get those sorted. And then I have a second project because I can't put anything away because it's all over everywhere. Like is not with like. Um, and I've tried, but Helen's going to come and help me, which it'll be more fun to do it too when there's two of us.
That is true.
So,
It'd be more
oh,
fun with somebody. I told Ethan, I wish I could just hire somebody to come in my house and clean out the stuff, and I didn't have to make the decisions. He said, "No, ma'am." I don't want anybody in here. In here, I guess he thought I really meant it. I don't want anybody in here trying to decide that this transformer or that transformer needs to go. I was like, I'm not really going to do that. So
Andrea, Marie Kondoing works sometimes and it doesn't work other times. But I did that with my clothes, which was easy. Doing my clothes and honestly, refolding my clothes to go in my drawers differently made a huge difference. Now they're all messed up right now because of my shoulder being out and my having that brace on and pulling whatever out with my left hand. So they need to be refolded and re put back together. But they're still better than they were before when I folded my clothes differently. And if I got nothing else out of her book, that is one thing I got is that um, I really and truly found better ways to fold my clothes. Now, that doesn't mean I haven't done anything else. The clothes are easy for me to get rid of because I don't like clothes. Um, you know, I have learned that I wear the same things all the time. It's just like when I finally found blue jeans, I bought 5 pair all alike. So now I don't have to buy blue jeans for a while. And it really makes it easy for me because my I have these uniforms, blue jeans and t-shirts. That's the uniform. So
yeah, I can Marie Kondo anything in my house, but not craft supplies
yeah, craft
because
supplies.
it just doesn't work on craft supplies because I love them all.
Yes, that's it. I can't.
Everything sparks joy.
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you too. This is just a quick mention, but I'm going to do a stamp auction.
All right.
I went through yesterday and I pulled a small box and a big bag of stamps, and that was in a very very quick manner. Um, because I just I don't there's a bunch of stuff I don't use, and um, they there was some that I go, oh, that's so cute, I want to keep that, but I'm like, nope, no, go, it's gonna go. So I don't know exactly when, but I'm gonna do one.
I
Yep.
think Shaz says Marie Kondo would have a heart attack at her place. Well, she would definitely have one at mine too.
Yeah, I think she'd have a, yeah, especially since how I still have huge piles of my mom's stuff in the living room. Barbara said, I don't need any more. Yes, and you know what I bought while I was on my trip?
Stamps?
Yes, I did. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep, I did. I was very, very bad. Yeah. Of course, that butterfly just yelled at me. It said, "You have to go home with Tanya." Or not butterfly, dragonfly. It just literally said, "Get in the cart. Get in the cart." That's what it said. It kept yelling at me. That it just and fabric. Oh heavens! Oh, we must have hit 20 quilt stores. Oh, like I needed a piece of fabric. I have holes in my head. But Jeffrey needed Jeep fabric. Do you know I finally found one piece of Jeep fabric? So I do have a couple of big projects for him though, so I gotta make time to do those.
I agree, Barbara. Barbara says, well, that dragonfly, who could or should resist that?
I was gonna say that dragonfly was it was just saying, you gotta take me home.
Here's today's
Honestly,
iPad.
oh, that's pretty and it looks so cool.
It looks good and it looks like fall, which I'm happy about that.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, we didn't hit heat until we got um to Omaha, really. It was warm while we were in Iowa, but we hit Omaha and it got hot. And of course, we were parked on concrete in Omaha out in the middle. of a field. That's, just that's always the case when it gets hot. When we went, it was hot while we were south of Kansas City. We were camper shopping, guys. Just so y'all know, our trip turned into a camper shopping trip. We went to Elkhart and visited factories. Um, Made a decision about exactly what we want. Yeah, like we can afford it. Um, then we went across and visited family and friends. And then we went to the Ozarks and just sat. But we did while we were in Omaha, we went and saw a rig and actually got to drive it. Then we went to Kansas City to look at a used one, and they didn't want to let you drive it. And so we just kind of
Well,
left
why would they
there.
think you would want to buy something you hadn't driven?
That's it. Why would I want to talk numbers? Maybe a tad smaller. Barbara, well, what we're switching for is something that's got more engine, more guts in the engine. It is smaller because it only has two slides. Uh, we have had slide issues almost every trip. We had slide issues this trip. Having four slides is not, but that Jeep keeps getting heavier and heavier. So what we're looking at is, okay, it's like one step down from a semi. Um, Let me think about the biggest box. Okay, big furniture moving trucks. Yeah, not semis, but big furniture moving trucks.
Yeah.
That's about what the truck part looks like. It's got a Cummins 9-liter diesel in it, so it's kind of a monster. Um, but the big thing is that I needed to drive it. It actually drives easier than the one we've got. So,
Oh, well, that's nice.
oh yeah, it's way easier.
That's
Um,
a big deal because, driving something that huge can be exhausting.
well, it will probably be exhausting just because it's a truck.
Yeah.
It ours rides like, ours rides real smooth and easy. This one is a truck, and you feel the bumps. But
Okay, Julie.
bye, honey. Have a good day at work. Oh, she's muting us. Okay, that's a cute card, Lisa. I'm like Barbara. I like it too.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
both.
Sherry, I really have to go deal with my mom's stuff too, because I can't put stuff away because our mom's stuff everywhere. I did a quick get rid of when I got mom's stuff, but I'm gonna have to do some more mom stuff getting rid of too. And yeah, we're home for 2 months. Yeah, uh-huh. So I guess the deal is that it's a good thing that we stay gone all the time because I don't have to do it. I'll be gone again. Oh, this is out at the farm.
Oh, I love that.
I was sitting across the street under this huge oak tree. They're old. The original farmhouse for this property sits right here next to this little garage. He has an extra 50 amp plug on this garage so that we don't have water. We have to go in with water, and we have to be careful with our tanks, but we can sit a week easy. Thanks, Andrea. Thanks, Barbara. Um, this is his big work shed, and their barn and they have a fifth wheel, and it sits across the street here. Um, right across the street. They own both sides of the road. So and we had time to sit while we were there. There again,
That's nice.
I don't always get time to sit. Well, we kind of didn't get to do as much with them because Carol had pneumonia.
Oh
And
no.
we kind of had to back up our trip a little bit before we went in there, which was no big deal. We stayed a couple extra days in the Quad Cities, which was right it's right on the river, and we were in a Corps of Engineers camp that was it's a little tight, but it actually was very nice, and the people were fabulous. Um, then we went to the Amana colonies, which was interesting, and we've never been there before, even though we lived real close to there. Um, so that was interesting. Um, and then we went and stayed on their farm. We were here for Memorial Weekend, so we wouldn't have to have a campsite because campgrounds are all filled up with they're crammed full on holidays.
Oh yeah. Okay, I want to do a giveaway, so I'm going to interrupt you for a minute.
Okay, make yourself big.
Oh, I don't have to. I'm just going to give this away. Um,
Okay.
so since I did it on a live stream, I'm giving it away on the stream instead of in my other video.
Okay.
Um, anyway, here's what it looks like. And it says the falling leaves of red and gold. I have to admit that gold didn't come out very good, but you have to know, just imagine that you can see it and it looks good. Anyway, I'm going to write go and then stop when it's time. And when I write go in there, I want y'all to put a number between 1 and 50, one number for each person. Check and make sure that you're not getting the same number as somebody else. And we'll see who gets this number.
Between 1 and 50, guys.
Yeah, I should have put that in there, but I didn't. I should
That's
have
all right.
written it.
Go is good enough.
12, 11, 8, 27. You're doing good. No repeats. 43. Between 1 and 50, Janet. Put a different number in that's under 50. 4, 33. Under 50, Jacqueline, put a new number in that's under 50. There you go.
There you go. Janet hasn't gotten another number in yet.
Yeah, but hopefully she will.
Hi, Linda. I didn't realize you were here. I'm sorry.
I
I didn't
didn't,
say hello.
but I'm glad you're here. Yeah, you don't have to be chatting
Yeah,
to put
that's
a
right.
number in.
Well, and you can't work if you're chatting. That's what my problem is. I can't do
Yeah,
things and chat at the same time.
there you go, Janet. All
There
right.
she goes. I don't think you've doubled your anybody's number. Yep. Teresa has got Brittany's number. Brittany had 33 and Teresa just put 33. So Teresa's got to put in a new number.
New number, Teresa. Sometimes it's hard
Yep.
to to be sure that nobody else has that number.
Teresa's got a new one. I think Teresa's number is already taken to again.
Yeah, that's Sharon's number, Teresa. I'm sorry, hon.
Hmm.
You'll just have to try again. I want everybody to have their own number.
Yep. Teresa's got to get a new one again. Poor girl.
Again, yeah. She says, never mind. She's tired. She had one thing.
Oh
Oh,
dear.
Teresa. Somebody give Teresa a number.
Let's see here. 16.
Okay, Teresa, your number's 16. It's not written down, but oh, Sherry gave her a number. She gave her
Oh, okay.
22.
Okay.
Okay. That'll work because it's there. Oh, and Sue says give her 15. So see, people are helping her out. We'll
Okay,
do
well, she's
22 for Teresa since that was the first one.
oh,
I'm
and she's
sorry,
got a
honey. I'm
headache,
sorry
huh?
your head hurts.
This heat is causing, I think, so many headaches. Jeffrey's been fighting since we got home. Is it time to
Okay, I'm
stop?
fixing to go ahead and put stop in.
Okay.
Hi, Angela. We're glad you're here.
Before you tell who wins, I have to tell you guys, we had the best time. We went to the RV Hall of Fame and Museum. You wouldn't believe the cool adaptations that were in some of these RVs.
I would love to see
There,
that.
oh my gosh, it was so cool. Um, there was famous people. What was her name? Oh, I don't know, a movie star from somewhere along the line that her original, and it was a like a truck camper thing. It had this really cool back porch. There, yeah, in Elkhart, Indiana. Andrea, Elkhart, Indiana is kind of the place where I would say a good 90% of all RVs are built. Now, the one we own is built in North Alabama. I don't know how much longer that's going to happen, but uh, Elkhart, Indiana is kind of like RV Mecca. We had 4 factory tours. Now, we backed out of a couple of them once we decided that we had seen what we wanted to see in the other couple. But okay, pull out the number, Lisa. We got to know
Oh,
what number
yeah.
before it
Yeah,
gets
I
too
gotta tell
far.
them who
Because
won. Sorry.
yeah,
I was
because
getting
I
all excited and loving that RV you've got in that picture there.
uh huh
36.
36.
I know
Okay,
nobody chose 36, but we just oh no, I did something wrong here.
okay. I'm looking. I think it's Brittany. Brittany has 33.
Well, I can't look because every time I move my mouse, it's changing
Yeah.
my thing, and
Brittany
I don't know how to stop it from doing that.
Brittany has 33. So I'm pretty sure. Um, guys, am I right? Brittany's the closest. You did say closest without going over, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, then it's Brittany.
All right, Brittany.
Yay! Okay.
Let me
Yep. It's Brittany. Barbara says right. Angie says. Julie says right. So okay. Yeah, Andrea. It was very cool. It was, and it was open on Sunday, so we could go to it on a Sunday. Um, while we were in Elkhart, we also went to Shipshewana, which is an Amish community, um, which uh, was interesting, but it was more of a tourist trap than anything else, if you ask me. I mean, that's how I felt about it, but it was all right. We had fun. We went to their gigantic flea market and walked the whole flea market. I was exhausted when we got done.
I bet, but
Um,
it sounds like fun.
it was a lot of fun. Oh, and and you'll see in the hall, I bought there was a store that actually had all those plastic lace tablecloths, brand new
Oh,
ones.
uh-huh.
I mean, it was I was like, oh, oh, oh.
So how many did you buy?
I bought one tablecloth and I think three placemats.
Well,
But
you did
here,
good.
oh yes, but here's the problem.
Oh,
Okay, a month later, we're in a thrift store, and guess which tablecloth I came up with for $2?
the one you had just bought.
Yes, the one I just bought. Did you go to the Jeep show? No, there was no Jeep show that we got to. We did trail ride. Well, I wouldn't call it trail riding. We did some driving on some very very back roads. Um, we drove one while we were in the Ozarks. that it's supposed to go all the way through, and we got up there, and I don't know if the Forest Service had closed it off, but they had big cement barriers. There had been a lot of flooding, so we think maybe that they had closed the road so people wouldn't be silly enough to drive through the flood. That's the only thing we can figure, but we had to turn around, which wasn't really easy.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
When Jeff has to do it 5 or 6 times, that's yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got to show you. I had brunch, breakfast, whichever one you want to call it, with Jamie when she was in town, and she brought me this. Isn't that pretty?
Ooh, that's gorgeous. Hi, Janet.
Hi, Janet. We're so glad you're here. Anyway, I love it. I love
It's
cigar
gorgeous.
boxes. I was very excited. And then inside it were some wall
Ooh.
stamps.
Oh, you need to
Aren't
make
those
yourself
pretty?
big so we can see better.
Okay, I don't know that you'll actually see better, but I'll make myself big anyway.
I promise. I think it will show up better. Oh, those are really cool.
Aren't they pretty? So I'm going to use them in my everything book. And also there was some different kinds of lace in here. So um there's this one, isn't that pretty?
That's pretty.
And some very pale lavender lace. And then this really pretty piece here.
Ooh, that's
Look at
pretty
that.
too. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, yay, how fun. So, and I'm just going to use the stamps in my book, but I thought it would
Okay,
be
Julie
fun
says,
since I'm in a
"Yay
fall
these,
mood.
yay these stamps over there." Okay, I wonder if she can get that kind of stamps. Is that what she meant?
I don't know. It's Studio Light is the brand. Beauty of Fall is the name. They're both called the same thing. Let's see if there's something else on the back.
Oh,
Studio Light. These are 2021 stamps. And here it says SLBF stamp 62 and SLBF stamp 63.
that's Studio Light. So,
It was
um,
very thoughtful.
and there's that store Jamie took me to in Houston has a
Uh-huh.
lot of overseas stamps on their walls. The backdoor stamps that I got one of, I could have gone absolutely nuts when I was in there. And so that might be why Julie can.
Typo.
Yeah.
That's okay, Julie. We understand typos for sure.
Oh, yeah. So,
I think I'm going to use these same ink pads. Um,
oh, that was one thing. All three of the
oh,
stamp stores
I forgot
had.
that was on me. Okay.
Oh, that's all right. Um, Julie's cold. I would like to be where Julie is. Maybe that's what we should do. Instead of buying a new RV, maybe we should plan trips in the summertime. We'll go to Australia, New Zealand. In the wintertime, we'll come back here.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen.
So you'd have to do that instead of buying an RV.
Oh gosh, yes. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. We could
Couldn't
not
do
buy.
both of those things.
Oh no, no, no. We can't really do the one thing, let alone both. Uh-huh. Oh, I have another thing to tell you. In the past, oh, I shouldn't do that. I should not flip that around. In the past, I have suggested that you use that because you can get 4x6 paper in the um, thrift stores, photo paper. This is photo
Uh-huh.
paper. Let me find mom's address. And okay, so this is photo paper, and this is the photo side, and the stuff is glued to the back side, right?
Right.
Okay. And I really like making postcards with it. But when it comes to postcards that are going to be stacked one on top of the other, like these are, this emulsion stuff wants to stick to my Mod Podge.
Ah.
So like it peeled some of the little papers off right there. So I won't be using it again for sending individual. Chaz says, "Come say hi to her if I come to Australia." Well, you and Julie's in New Zealand, so
No, Julie's
for
in Australia too.
oh, okay, Julie's in Australia too. Right. See, so I got people to visit. Hi Kay.
Okay. I'm glad
Anyways,
you're here.
to send individual cards, like if I was gonna make some to send out in Happy Mail or something like that, I love that kind of paper because it works real well. And my all I do to write on it is use this kind of an ink pen, this Pilot G2s, and it
Okay.
writes on it just fine. I mean, it doesn't smear bad or anything, but it doesn't. It wants to stick when I'm putting multiple cards together. When I pulled them out of the bag from Mom's, um, I had a bunch of ones that were stuck together.
Oh, that's a shame. I'm going to answer Kay's question real
Yep.
quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way I made it, Kay.
Yep.
It has a fabric back,
Fabric
and
spine.
so it's very flexible. A spine, yeah, that's the word. A fabric spine, so it's very flexible. And and I just used a 3-hole pamphlet stitch to put in my signatures, but that makes it where it lays really flat, and that's the reason I did it that way. Because I had seen someone else do it, and I was like, oh, that really worked well. But see, it lays flat here,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
it's got the flexible spine makes a big difference, I think.
it it does. It
Yeah.
makes a big difference. It's not as pretty, you know, as a book. I mean, it looks kind of, you know. Of course, if I when I fill it up, it'll probably
Yeah,
look
it'll be
prettier. But
stretched out.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Um, but it does when you're trying to do art journaling type pages in it, it makes a big difference.
it also helps not to overstuff it with pages, you
Yes.
know, because
Mm-hmm.
if you have this big of a spine, you might think, "Oh, I could put 5 signatures in there."
Yeah, uh-uh.
And
If you do
that would have
that,
made a difference too.
mm-hmm. Andrea, I know now you guys, oh, that was another thing. I told Jeff we had to come home. You know why?
Why?
Um, okay, I took 2 bottles. This was all the Mod Podge I had left. I was almost out of Mod Podge.
I'm
Um,
out of my podge. You gotta take
yeah,
me home.
take me home. He said, "Oh, my, a travesty." The first thing he says, "Oh, my, a travesty." Teresa wants to know how many pages per signature, and I
Well,
usually do about 8 to 10, but I don't
yeah.
know if
Let's
he's
see
got
how
in
many I
that
did
one.
here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, and that's 10 pieces of paper, which gives you 20
40
sheets,
pages.
40 pages per signature. But 8 to 10 pieces of paper is about the best signature, no matter how big your spine is. And Andrea, the Mod Podge and glue mixture, because I do half and half, has done so well in so many books. And when I use regular cardstock, and the back is a regular cardstock piece, which I did some, or like this is watercolor paper, I put the Mod Podge over the top, and it does not, it doesn't stick at all. So um, it's really pretty good. It's really the emulsion. So I would have to go in and coat all of the back sides of the paper as well. And no.
Teresa thought you told him to come home because you missed all of us.
I did miss all of you. This was while we were stuck in Red Bay. So here's the deal. We went to Red Bay for a few days because I had some people I wanted to talk to about stuff I wanted to see about doing or whatever. And it's actually ink tints, Teresa. I use ink tints because then when I go over it with the Mod Podge, it doesn't bleed. Um, and so we were in Red Bay for like 4 days, talked to the people I needed to talk to, cabinet guy, solar guy, you know, I was then we went to Little Rock and we were there for a while and we went to Hot Springs and we went to leave Little Rock to go to the middle of absolutely nowhere, Arkansas. I mean, we were headed to the boonies, to a park in the boonies. We were going to go to Crater of the Diamonds. We were supposed to dig crystals. We were supposed to, okay. So we're supposed to do that and our slides would not come in.
Oh no. I
I
remember you
mean,
talking about your slides not coming in. I had forgotten about that.
okay. And these are our big hydraulic slides. There's no bloody way you can push them in. You'd have to have like 10 people. And we got lucky. We called the factory and um, uh, got hold of a hydraulics guy. And he had us do a few little piddly things. And we managed to get him in. And we were a day away from Red Bay. So we just turned around, booked it back to Red Bay. And, and, we're there a week waiting on that. Barbara, let me get them. I'll show everybody. I'll be right back because I'm attached today. My headset would not function.
She has blocks and pencils. Um, I don't know which one she used, but she has both of those. And mate, do you have the watercolor set too, or just the blocks and the pencils? Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, I chose the wrong page to put it on because that does not show up.
What? Oh, not with that color. It doesn't.
No.
Barbara. Okay. So these blocks, I have these blocks, and the first couple of trips we took, I took them, but they're actually hard to use outside. So because they're hard to use outside, just simply because it's such a big box, honestly, um, when we were in Omaha, oh, I don't know, 2 years ago or so, I can't remember. I bought myself these, and I take these on trips with me now. Um, and this is the Inktense blocks, but it's in a little tiny 24 set. But I also carry my pencils. I have a set of 12 pencils, and I think they're still in the box that's that I keep under the bed in the camper. These I actually keep these in a bag. I have like a to go bag for when we're going to go out in the Jeep, and I keep watercolor postcard things that are already divided and everything like that. It's just a little pad of watercolor. I keep these. I actually keep and that's where my pencils probably are. I just took these out. Um, I keep all of that in like a to go bag so that I can grab it when we're getting ready and when we've packed our lunch and whatnot. I don't have to sit and put things together. I can just grab these, and this is what I use because when it's dry, it's permanent unless, well, let's put it this way. As long as it has been fully activated. That
Yeah,
means as
fully
long fully
activated.
activated. Because if you draw on there with a pencil and um then go over it with water and there's any part of that pencil that didn't get fully activated, in other words, fully wet, when you put some liquid over the top of it, it will once again activate. So it'll move around. But since I use a watercolor brush and um, it's usually fully activated, and I don't have a problem because then all of these that I have drawn, here's another, this is at our friend's house sitting in their backyard. Um, I can just go over it with the Mod Podge mixture, make sure it goes through the mail real well and doesn't get all filthy dirty. So that's the answer to that question. Um, I I have found that I can make these work a lot like watercolor, and they make me happier. Um, they don't move quite the same way as watercolors, though. So don't over what I want to say is these are my favorite. These are what I would use, and since I've used some, I will say the investment in these is far amazing. Also, the big box was a gift. Um, one of my subbies sent me that, and that was the most amazing gift. But don't overinvest until you're sure you like them because they don't move like watercolor.
Yeah, if you're wanting them to be watercolor, they're not.
Yes, they're not. That's, I mean, because I'm not a watercolorist and I don't actually, they function for me like watercolor. The other thing is that when you're doing, you want depth, you got to remember to go on light and lots of water and keep adding because if you don't, you end up, they are very intense colors, very intense. But I love
Yeah, they
them.
named them really well.
Yes, they did.
It was not just
And
clever, it was truthful.
and there's like what is it? 12? No, 72. Must be 18 new colors. I don't know, but there's now 100 colors. I'm like, "Oh, I tried to buy a set of the new colors because there's some colors in it that I think I would use a lot." But Dick Blick didn't have them in that store, so it was one of those, well, okay. I'm not going to worry about it today. I'm not going to go out and buy them. I don't need them. I don't think I need anything. I could probably go without eating for the next 6 months. Yeah, the 20, I really like my 24 set. You had gotten the 12s in the travel kits, Barbara, and then they came out with the 24. So I hunted for the 24. I actually got that 24 at Dick Blick in Omaha. One of our trips. We were up there to see Brandon.
I do need to get off early, Barbara, but early is 3:45.
So the and remember guys, next week is on my channel. We are starting, for those of you who weren't here right in the beginning, we're starting another round of Same Six Wednesday. Um, it will actually, the first video will be the third Wednesday of August. The other thing is we are doing a streamathon, a 24-hour live stream. January 20, no, not January. I told you my brain cells are gone. That's what
July.
happens. That's what happens when you deal with my mama. Um, I told Helen she just works to push all the buttons. She really does. I think she works at pushing my buttons. Um,
Well,
anyways,
nobody knows how to push your buttons like your mom. I mean,
yes,
that's just
that's just the way it is. And she was
or your
pushing them.
kids.
Yeah, she's been pushing them hard this week. Um, yeah, Brandon can push my buttons hard, but I've learned to kind of ignore him. Um, I can walk away from him. See, not that I want to, but I can. 21st of July. It'll be starting on the 21st of July. It'll go for 24 hours, switching back and forth between Lisa's channel and my channel. And we'll have company, and I'll be sending emails to people in the next couple of days. If you want to play with us, email me. If you think you're not on my list, One of the things I will say is that you need a headset that works, because if you don't have a headset when you're streaming by yourself, that's fine. But when you're streaming with other people, thank you, Barbara. That's perfect. Come back on Sunday mornings. Yeah, Sunday at 1, Barbara. That's my plan. I was going to stream this Sunday, but the heat has just taken so much, and everything is such a mess. My house was, you know, covered in dirt, even though it wasn't dirty when we left. Being gone for almost 3 months, the floors were filthy, the bathroom was filthy. I mean, just the dust and settling, plus just trying to get everything sorted out and find things, because just oh, this table was trashed. So anyways, it's going to be a Christmas in July theme, and we ought to have a lot of fun. The last 2 times we did a streamathon, it was a lot of fun. We get a little punch drunk in the middle of the night, but that's,
Yeah. Yeah. Be ready for that.
Bye, Jacqueline.
Bye, Jacqueline. We're so glad you came.
Hmm.
And thank you for being such a nice friend, too.
Yeah. And Lisa,
We
would you
do have a
like?
great community, that's for sure.
Yes, we do. Would you like to play on Sunday? Or is Ethan using the studio?
No, I can do it on Sunday. Usually he doesn't do it on Sunday, but what he was doing Saturday night, he didn't want to pack up
Uh
and he
huh.
wanted to work on it again Sunday afternoon. So I told him just to go ahead.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yeah. Let me see if I can find. Wait just a minute. I'll find you some pictures. Just a minute. I'm sure I have a picture. Okay. You see how this one looks in the front?
uh huh.
Okay. That's what we have now. You see this one with this big truck?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a Tiffin. This is not as big a truck as we're looking at.
Okay. But
We did.
it's similar in style.
It's very much the same in style, but the truck is beefier. Tires are beefier. Um, it has actual air brakes like a semi, which
Bye,
is kind
Janet.
kind of interesting. Bye, Janet, hon. Um, so it's one of those things that we're downsizing in house, but bigger in truck. It's actually a few inches longer. Um, why is this an Opu day? I can't remember. Oh, this is the day that the slides wouldn't go. When you get up and you're ready to go do something fun, and you're okay, and then you have this, oh, poo. So that was the oh poo day. Uh-huh. It was, the big thing is that we couldn't find anyone in Little Rock that would even look at it before July. And if it did it again, um, when we were out in the boonies and we were out somewhere, uh, we could have run into serious problems not being able to get them back in. So
That's
that's
true.
when we turned around, and it was a solenoid that was actually hot. So apparently the solenoid had gotten some kind of connection messed up. So they changed both the solenoids, that kind of thing. So Amana was interesting. Um, it was very different than I expected it to be, because I never really paid attention. I knew it was there. People talk about it all the time. When you live in South Dakota, something in Iowa, people talk about. It I expected it to be a little different, and it was again kind of touristy, but um, it's kind of it's 7 communal communities. back in the day, 1920s,
Hi,
1890s,
Julie.
1920s. Bye, Julie. Um, yeah, it's the Amana colonies. They've been in Iowa since 1855. When it started out, it was a religious sect from Germany that had been being persecuted, so they came here, started in New England, and then moved to Iowa when they needed more farmland. They had communal kitchens, things like that. But it's not like the Amish where they don't adapt new technologies. They they decided as a community to accept new okay, let me they drive cars and have electricity and all of those things that the Amish don't do. So it it changed the way the community was, but it's still very communal. They don't eat together the way they used to anymore, but a lot of their businesses are owned by the community, which is very interesting. They have a weaving shop, they have general stores, they have meat markets, and so it was very interesting. We had a good time while we were there. We were only there a couple of days. Oh, look at this cool fabric. See this bug? See
Oh,
this?
yeah.
Okay. But also see this? I found some Tim Holtz fabrics and some bugs while I was on my trip.
All right. Good for
Oh
you.
yeah. Oh, I found some cool fabrics.
We have one little quilt store. I guess I ought to go in and see if they have anything. I've been kind of afraid.
Yeah, be afraid because you don't come
I,
out of
you know,
there.
because they might have something.
You come out of there much poorer than you went in. Let me just put
Yeah,
it that way.
I
Uh huh.
can't afford to do that. So, and it's um not like I don't have enough stuff. So,
Well, me too. But it was fun. I was
well,
looking.
it was part of your trip. See, that's
Yes,
different.
yeah, it was part of my trip. I can say that. The other thing is Jeff wants and that's something I've got to do. I've already printed off the pattern. Yes, a man. How was it spelled? There's two M's in it. No, it's Amana. You spelled it right, Barbara. It's in central Iowa. Oh, we also went to LeClaire. Um, Antiques. No, what is it? Antique archaeology.
Uh huh.
Is that the show?
I think so.
Okay, we went there. Um,
Fun.
yeah, it was fun. We bought our friends some guitar picks from there. Um, that was, one of those things where it was kind of pricey. So,
Yeah,
but
not a
look,
thrift store for sure.
yeah, and yeah, Sherry fabric stores are very, very dangerous, and we went into several. This was from we were sitting down by the lake, no, by the river when we were in Moline, Illinois, and this is a big dam um, near the park that we were staying by. Our park was like right even with the river, and across the river there was big hills for some reason. But yeah, fabric stores are exceedingly dangerous, especially when you walk in and you say, "Do you have any Tim Holtz fabric?" Oh, there's a new line of fabric which I'll show you when I do my hauls, but it's called Art Journal. It is yummy.
Is it Tim Holtz or another brand, or is
No,
it
it's another company. It's another
okay?
designer, and I've only bought two pieces because expensive. Um, but they have the coolest bugs. Oh, and that's the two pieces I bought. I had all my fabric cut when we were in Amana, and was in the quilt store. I had all my fabric cut, and I was headed out the door to the cash register when I walked by this whole display of. stuff. I just was like, I bought some of that art journal fabric. Yes, that art journal line is really cool. I bought the two bugs. One has got one. They're both of them have look like they're on postage stamps, and one is colors and one is black and white. And I just thanks, Barbara. Um, this, by the way, is something you have to be aware of. That's a thermal thing, and when I put um, the Mod Podge over it, it just disintegrated. That was the ticket from the toll road. So we that was a driving day. We went from Elkhart to Moline that day, and that means you have to drive just along beside Chicago, and it's just it's a terrible road. It's awful traffic, but you have to do it sometimes.
That's true.
But one with panels. Okay, they had some panels that were about the same size as a art journal page, and some of them are really gorgeous, just gorgeous. Very much mixed media. They also have a bunch of birds. This is when we went to LeClaire. Oh, I did buy a postcard. We bought guitar picks, this postcard, and honestly, I think that was it because everything in the store was outrageous. What I didn't like about the store is, it's all about antiques and stuff, but 90% of what is in both pieces of the store is merchandise, like that has the name on it.
Yeah.
So, it was
It's a
fun.
tourist trap.
It's a tourist trap. That's exactly. And we went to a lot of those while we were on our trip. More so than
That's fine.
normal. More so than normal. So, oh, and we went to Mammoth Cave, which, guys, I'm not real fond of small places. I don't even like public bathrooms because I don't like getting in the stall. It's too small. And the Mammoth Cave is so extensive. We of course picked a tour that wasn't tight. That was one of the things we talked. There's like 7 tours you can take, 7 different tours. And we talked to the guy selling the tickets, and he said, well, this one you should be fine. It's very open, and it is very different than any other cave I've ever been in.
And where is Mammoth Cave?
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah. So when we left Red Bay, we realized we would be going, if we were going to Elkhart, we'd go right past it. So we stopped and spent a few days. We enjoyed the park one day, and then we did the tour because the park doesn't we did some trails while we were in the park, so that was fun, but the park doesn't have a lot of things going on other than the cave. So okay, Barbara, the what do I want to say? Mammoth Cave is the largest, not the biggest hole, but has the most footage of any cave in the world. There's miles and miles and miles of cave, and there's layers of that cave, and it was very interesting. We really enjoyed our tour, and I didn't freak. I was fine. We got down towards one end, and I think Jeffrey realized I was starting to have a little, you know, I was, yeah. Anyways, he just kind of stood behind me, and um, we didn't stay in that area very long, so I was good. And he come out of there. Jeff, on the other hand, loves those kinds of things and used to do tiny, tiny caves when we were in college. Um, I don't do tiny, tiny caves. It's just not me. But there's not a lot of stalactites and stalagmites in Mammoth Cave. Mammoth Cave is a dry cave, which is very interesting. I didn't realize that stalactites and stalagmites were a cave that's dying.
Oh,
Most
I didn't
extensive.
know that
Thank
either.
you. That's a really good way to put it, Sue. Most extensive cave in the world. Um, it has more miles of cave than any other cave in the world. So,
So it's more like a cave system.
yes, it is a huge cave system. I think they said that there's 400 acres. I don't know. The park itself encompasses a large area because the caves are very large. At one time, that cave was privately owned, and it has been mined for, what was it? Wasn't sulfur. Hmm.
Hmm. You'll think of it once we get off.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. But it was very interesting there too because they had to wash whatever this is. They wash some kind of saltpeter. That's what it was, saltpeter. Um, and of course, when gunpowder became more in instead of saltpeter, the the efficiency with what they had to do to get that was it just ended the viability because they actually wash saltpeter out of dirt.
Wow.
I Yeah, it was very interesting. It's because it's a salt, so instead of however they did it, they put water through the dirt and then they desalinated the water. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, but yeah, it's the most extensive cave in the world. It was very interesting.
Okay,
The
I have a
grand,
question for you.
uh huh,
Sorry, it just came up, and I'm going to lose it if I don't say it. So,
yep.
is Amana where they make the Amana appliances?
No,
Okay.
no. As far as I shouldn't say that, but as far as I know, there is no appliance factory there. It's really a farming community. Now it's right on the railroad, but if they do, there is no big industry there in Amana.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it may just be that, I mean, it may not have anything to do with it at all.
right.
It may just
Hmm.
be a word they both chose, that company and the town.
Well,
But
Amana probably means something. What do you
yeah,
suppose Amana means? I'm not sure, but Amana is probably the that word may mean something, and that may be why they chose that. I don't know, but there are 7 towns within the system. They're kind
hi,
of
Jen. We're glad you're here.
Hi, Jen. Um, we went to all but one of the towns. They're kind of like in a circle on the
Thanks,
river.
Andrea. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, if there was, we certainly didn't see any sign of that, and there was no mention of it in any of the
Yeah,
literature or anything that we've
they
read.
probably would have mentioned it.
I think they would have. So I wonder if it's even spelled the same because I still own an Amana radar range. The radar range, yeah, that's uh, what do you call that thing? Microwave. Um, it says Amana radar range on the front of it. It's one of the first microwaves that was ever made. Mom bought it,
Yeah. I was
and
thinking that it was that's the kind we had when I was a little girl that well, I was I don't know, young anyway. And my dad brought it home for mom. It was humongous.
oh yeah, it's humongous. It weighs over 400 pounds.
Yeah. Well, I don't think this one weighed 400 pounds.
Mine
I don't
does.
know. The only place we had to put it was on top of the rolling dishwasher.
Uh-huh, yeah.
And my
Because it's
mom was
huge.
so mad at him for spending that money. I cannot believe you spent money on that. I have been cooking for years. I'm fine. I don't need that. And about a week later, it broke. And she was like, honey, we got to get this thing fixed.
Oh, really? It broke. Oh, the only time mine's ever been in the shop, and the reason it's not in the house now is because it's too big.
Yeah.
Um, the it's lead lined. That's why it's so heavy. And the the
Ah,
the
hey, Karen Kay. Good to see you. Glad you're here.
Hi,
She
Karen.
says this: the Amana Corporation is an American brand of household appliances. It was founded in 1934 by George Forstner as the electrical equipment company in Middle Amana, Iowa.
Okay, well then I lied to you because that is one of the Amana colonies. The Amana colonies are Amana proper, Middle Amana, North Amana, South Amana, West Amana, East Amana. Okay, there's another one. So, but Middle Amana, huh? I did not see anything that big. I'm gonna have to
Well, it may
go.
not be there anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, I
that's
guess that's
true.
possible, but
Well,
anyway,
and
I feel less stupid about asking that question now.
and I feel bad about saying no because I just, like I said, there was nothing about it mentioned in any of the, we picked up brochures and stuff to read about the colonies. We didn't take the tour, um, partially because they wanted 3 arms and 2 legs for a tour that was just to drive around. And the only thing we would have seen that we didn't see by ourselves was one of the kitchens, one of the community kitchens. And the tour was like $40 a person. And that's just, yeah, just too much to take a couple hour ride. I was not. We usually do that kind of thing, take tours and go to the museums and things like that. But I didn't see anything in the museum about that, so I'm just kind of surprised. Okay, restart out again. Guess what? I almost got all the silly things marked. I know
All
this is
right.
boring, but
That's all right. We're enjoying listening to you about your trip. So doesn't matter what you're doing, just keep talking. It's good. It's all good.
it could be that the company was bought out. But the other thing is, Sue, from what we did read about the colonies, is that they are not shy of technology. They embraced technology, but it was still a very communal place. There's still a lot of the businesses that are owned by the group as a whole, and like co-ops. So um, that was one of those things that there was a lot of co-op type groups in there, and we didn't get to see them weave because, unfortunately, the day we were there, we went back twice, but both days we went late in the afternoon and then early the next morning. They were rewarping the big looms, and so because they were warping, they weren't weaving. It
Yeah,
wasn't a
and
big
warping takes the most time of
Yeah.
anything.
And of course, when they warp a lot. But Amana textiles are, you can buy them in a lot of places. There's some they make very nice blankets and um, different textiles, and they're mostly cotton. Um, they had some wool things, but most of it was cotton, and they're high end cotton blankets and textiles. So yeah, Lisa, for not showing up very well with the ink, going back and doing the black and doing it that way, looked really well. Did that stamp head have those mushrooms on it?
Uh-huh.
Ooh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Tim Holtz
There
has a
were
new.
a couple of stamps I didn't use, but I used
Yeah.
most of them.
Tim Holtz has a new
Thanks, Sue.
mushroom set. But Lord have mercy, it's so expensive. I was like, no, I just can't do that. I just
Yeah,
can't do that.
that's what I thought when I saw it too. I was like, no. I love
Yeah,
mushrooms, but
yeah. I just So I may see if I can find a clear silicone set. One of the less expensive mushroom sets because I think I would use it. And I don't have any mushrooms. All these 5,000 stamps I have, I don't have any mushrooms. Oh, in cleaning out stamps, I found fairy stamps. Now, that's a little kid set, like a little girl set of stamps.
uh,
Now, I don't know if they came out of my mom's stuff, and that's why I didn't have them when we were doing our fairy book. Which may have been the case, you know what I'm saying? But I had fairy stamps. Did that big old fairy book, and I didn't have any fairy stamps, and now I have fairy stamps. Oh
you
well.
just shocked Sue. She says, "You're kidding. No mushroom stamps at all?"
No, not a single mushroom stamp. And
Well, I
I
have one now. Well, I
I
have
looked at
more
all my
because I
stamps.
carved some in Carve December, but
Yes. And I got all those new stamp sets from Dollar Tree when they had all those new ones, and there wasn't a mushroom in any of them.
they need to remedy that because I could
Yes,
afford mushroom stamps from them.
yes, I know. But do you know that I went to Dollar Tree this morning and they don't have any of these stamp sets? Not a one.
Well, aren't you glad you got them when you did then?
Yeah, I am. So
Andrea says, I found a mushroom set I liked on Amazon that's a generic maker.
yeah, and that's what I'm thinking is that I need to just look but I don't need anything. I really don't need anything, so I don't know as I'll order anything. It'll be one of those. Besides, if my husband gets his way, I'm going to have to go back to work. Y'all do know that, right?
To pay for the new RV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got the other one paid off.
I know. I just paid it off in April. Yes, Sue, it's all Dollar Tree's fault that I don't have any mushrooms. Yes, I paid off the other RV in April. Uh-huh. And I thought, "Oh, I get to retire." Yeah, not going to happen. So, oh, and I couldn't even make beads last week with here. That's why I didn't stream Sunday. This table was piled with stuff that I had just left trying to get ready to go. I couldn't even get to my kiln. My bead table was piled with stuff. Um, and I do have to kind of get back to work. I haven't worked since my surgery, well, before my surgery for my shoulder. So I really have to get back to work. So,
Well,
um,
don't mess up your shoulder
um,
again doing too much at once.
yeah, that's the thing. I don't work the way I used to. I don't do two kiln loads a day. I don't sit there for 8 and 10 hours. I just don't anymore. And that probably didn't help my shoulder. Plus, honestly, I think I really messed my shoulder up getting in the Jeep one day. I think
Yeah.
that's when it started to, it was probably not good, but then I made it bad because I was getting in the Jeep the wrong way and I was hurrying and it doesn't, once it's kind of off, then. And then on our trip last fall, I fell. I think I told y'all I fell and put both my hands out in front of me.
Yes.
Um, I tripped over a stupid root, probably
Yeah.
tripped over my own foot, but
Was that when y'all were bottle hunting?
it was after we bottle hunted. Yeah.
Well, at least you got
Um,
your bottle hunting done first.
yeah. We were in. um, North North Alabama at DeSoto State Park, and we'd gone out on a trail, and I was climbing back up a hill, and I was fine. But when I went, I tripped over a root, and when I did it, I went down with both hands in front of me, so I made my shoulder worse. So, but it's not bad. It's doing pretty good. But yeah, Sue, I think it's Dollar Tree's fault for not having any mushrooms. I just can't imagine why they don't have any mushrooms.
Oh, they'll get them when everybody moves on to something else.
Probably. Yeah,
Well, I'm going to
probably.
show y'all um, a few things I got at the thrift store when I was at
Okay, then make
the
yourself
thrift
big.
store.
Make yourself
Okay.
big so I can see.
All right. Okay. The first thing I'm going to show you is this. It's a weird little jacket. It's like eyelet, but it's lined
Mm-hmm.
with something else. But it's like all the seams are on the outside.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Okay.
it's not a size I could wear, but this fabric is fun,
Yeah.
kind of like snowflakes,
Mm-hmm.
and it had a big sash on it, and so I thought, oh, I can use that in my Christmas in July.
Oh
So
yeah.
I've already
Mm-hmm.
cut that sash off the back. This is just sitting there. I don't know, but it has these like rivet things,
Hmm.
which I
Okay.
thought were fun. It might make a fun page or something. And then this closure
I
that
was gonna say that closure has already intrigued me.
it did me too. If I can get it to work now. Um, but I thought there's got to be a way I can, just cut strips of this and turn this into a journal
Mm-hmm.
closure. So that's what made me go ahead and buy it. That and the fact that it was half price day.
Yeah. Teresa, yeah, I don't know. Would you show all your stamps one day? Jen, that might take 3 days. Never could figure out why it was in style. I don't know why the inside out thing was ever in style. Uh, I will tell you, Jen, since you came in, I think you came in later, I am going to do a big stamp auction with things I don't use anymore because I just went through really quickly yesterday and pulled a big sack and a small box of stamps that I haven't used in years, and some of them I don't think I ever used. But I used to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so I had a lot of stamps. So, and then I bought more stamps while we were on trip. Just,
Anyway,
but yeah, I'll see what I can do.
but it's also got this interesting tag.
Ooh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's
Is that red or is it
Quill
orange?
22 is the brand. It's 100% cotton.
Is it red or is it orange?
It is a very reddish orange.
Well, could you use it for a date in your December daily?
Oh, what a great idea! What a great idea! I'm going to take it out right now so I can remember. Um, because I've got a little box of stuff that
That
I'm
you're
setting
collecting?
aside. Yeah,
Oh.
and I don't want to.
But yeah, Teresa, I had T-shirts with the seams on the outside. I don't know why, but I did.
Okay, that was smart. Thank you for thinking of that.
Well, it just all
I
of a
can
sudden it
make it
looked like
red.
it. Yeah, you could make it redder, but it probably wouldn't be too bad if it's a reddish orange. The
Yeah,
um the other thing is if you put some if you distress it a little, with a little coffee ink, you probably could
yeah,
make it look
that's a
enough.
good idea.
Yeah.
And then this is some yarn. This is one that was open, but they were selling them in these tiny little bits.
Oh
Now I got
my.
the whole thing for $1 at the thrift store, um, but it's twice as nice. Popcorn yarn, 96% wool and 4% nylon. And what it is, it's wool that they spun, and the nylon is just this other string
Yeah,
that they
they
plied it
split it.
with.
Yeah. Mhm.
Anyway, that's fun. I thought that, I might could use it for something in there too. Um, but I also thought it would be fun to weave with.
Yes,
There's not a whole lot of it. There were just 5 little balls, but
and it's
um,
wool, and it's mostly wool, so you could dye it
yeah,
if you needed to. If you
yeah.
wanted it
If
a
you want,
little bit different color or something.
because it's kind of just plain wool color right
Yeah.
now.
I did buy a
Anyway,
lot of yarn while we were gone for Mom. Teresa says, "Yes, weave with it and let us watch."
okay.
Hmm.
Well, let's see. We'll see. And then this is it. Came in a box, but the box won't stay shut. So
Ah,
it's a geometry set, but somebody else was thinking like me.
mm-hmm.
Looks like they used it like a stamp, and this heart's mess, it's got broken off, but
But the
that one's
other end
good.
is good. Yeah.
So we got those, and then we got this little octagon,
Mm-hmm.
and then we've got a roughly heart that's broken, which I think that'll look cool,
I was gonna say I like the crack. Mm-hmm. Barbara's back.
and then a circle and a square and a knob. Some of this stuff was not um
Exciting, but mm-hmm.
well, or not even part of the set. Probably it was just stuck in here.
Yeah.
Um, because see, this is definitely a geometrical thing,
Mm-hmm.
and some of these,
But it's a
um,
circle and an oval, so.
yeah, that's right, a big circle and an oval, and this that's just a knob.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
then there's a square and a triangle, another heart, and so a lot of these I don't know what I would do with, but there's a cone. Here's 2 hearts and a star. Anyway, when I saw it, I was like, okay, if that's under 250, I will buy it. And obviously it was.
Yeah. Teresa says
But
CM is her daughter. That's how she labeled all her stuff was with CM.
well, this one is somebody from River Road School. So probably not Teresa's daughter, but
Not, but mm-hmm.
should they share a name or at least initials, and then that one's broken. But anyway, and here's some more of
I
those
can
knob
see a
things.
jelly printing day. Yeah, we need to do
Yeah,
that.
that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Hmm.
Anyway, there's a bunch of stuff there. I don't know, some of it I don't even know what I would do with, like these. Well, that circle with a
Those
hole in it.
yeah, that yeah, circle with hole in it is cool, but of course it might clog up with paint pretty fast. The but those would make cool little doll heads if you were to make a doll or something.
That's true. These are numbered 1, 3, 5, and 7. So they must have used them for something.
Those are odd numbers. So
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, who knows what they were doing with them,
yeah.
but when I saw that there were stars and hearts and all these different
Yeah.
things, I thought,
Hmm.
okay, that's fun. Whoops,
Yeah.
whoops,
Hmm.
whoops. I'm dropping stuff. Anyway, not like I need more stuff for my jelly plate, but I couldn't resist. I
Yeah.
love wood, and so anything wood is.
Well, I bought foam stamps while I was on my trip. I couldn't pass them up. I just couldn't. But Jen, I have stamps all over the house right now. That is my problem. They're not all with together. They are all in very. I'm gonna do some straightening out. But
All
oh,
right.
let me say this one more time before we go, in case anybody wasn't here and didn't hear this. On these Crafter Square Dollar Tree stamps, you want to get them out of the package quickly and because what happens is they didn't put another plastic sheet in, and so the stamps are sticking to the cardboard. And that means there's paper on my stamps, which I'm going to have to wet down and try to clean, which makes me pretty grumpy.
Irritated.
Irritated, yes. Constipated, irritated, irritated,
Frustrated, all the aided words.
frustrated, all the aided words. Yes, it makes me all the aided words. So, um, just FYI, get them out of there. Make sure there's some kind of plastic on the back side. I just use the outside packaging for the like I haven't gotten it all yet, but this piece of package, I just cut this and I could put that on the back. I've got to go through and do all of them so that they're um
Well,
but then I got
I
to clean
found
them.
my other bag.
Uh-oh. Oh, good. Make yourself big again. Yay, yay, more
Okay.
stuff, more stuff.
I have a couple of minutes, so just not happy-aided.
You're just not happy-aided. That's right. I like that word, happy-aided.
There was some Christmas fabric with this, and I stuck it in a Christmas box, so it's not over here. But I thought this was fun fabric.
I like
It's
that.
not a
That's cool.
it's not a very big piece, but I liked it.
It would
And
make
then
a
this
cool
little
cover.
book.
Ooh, that's cute.
I love these little kids and the artwork in these
Oh,
books.
yeah.
And so I got that. And then this um
That looks like a whole room.
well, it's not completely full, but what's weird, I pulled since
Teresa
this
said
was
that
torn
piece of
open.
paper, yeah, Teresa said that piece of paper would make her happy-aided.
Happy-aided, yeah.
Not paper, fabric.
That, yeah.
You pulled it open.
I pulled it open and pulled a piece out, and it
Oh,
was um I'm not sure that what's actually in here is what came in here, and I'll show you why.
mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't really fit.
Oh, uh-huh.
And
Yeah,
I see, and there's even two different kinds of paper in here, which I didn't
yeah.
realize. What I pulled out was this, and it has a watermark that says, well, this second one doesn't here. The one I pulled out said 50% cotton. And so I thought, oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm. But it
Anyway, it's a
doesn't,
nice, well, this one does, has a watermark that says 50% cotton. But I thought this will be fun, a good size for journals.
yeah. Mm-hmm. It doesn't look like it came in that box because the box is just
Too
considerably
big.
bigger than it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is, um,
That almost looks like
well,
typing paper.
yeah, it says Mead Bond USA is what the watermark on this bigger stuff says.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, both of these are, a good size for a journal, I
Right.
thought.
Yeah.
And I think they'll be fun to do coffee dine and stuff on. And there's a lot in there.
Yeah.
And it may be as much as a normal ream because it's such thin paper,
Yes.
but it's not what was supposed to be in here
Right.
or what came in here originally, let me say.
Yeah.
Um,
But
anyway,
that's all right. Good paper for cheap price is always good.
that's right.
I got 3 legal size reams of copy paper the other day at the estate sale. Her
Oh,
son,
cool.
yeah, her son said $1 a ream, and I took it
That's
in.
awesome.
Oh yeah, well, except that Teresa gave it to me $1 for all 3 reams.
Oh, even better.
Yep, yep.
And I got this journal. It's a Bible study, but it's a journal or
Mm,
and it's real short, and I thought it might be fun to do, some art on these pages.
mm-hmm.
Now it will end up being puffy if I do collage, which is what I always like to do. So
Could
I
you
don't
take it
know.
out? Could you? Are they stitched in signatures? Could you
Well,
take
that's
it
what I'm
apart?
trying to see. I didn't even look before.
No, you just.
That's cool. Keepsakes, it says.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's got. I can't tell. Yeah, they're stitched. I think it's stitched and glued because it's got that.
Yeah, that
fabric.
might be hard because,
Yeah,
well, here's the deal. If you want to do it, take it apart and then put a piece of fabric between, like, or like bias tape or something, and stitch each page to a strip of fabric and then sew it where the fabric is.
that's a good idea. It's a lot of work. I don't know if I'll bother.
Well, would you want the whole book? Maybe you
Yeah,
don't. Maybe do part of the book, or pick your favorite pages and do it with that. Because if you do collage or something on those, you're not going to be able to put that many pages in a whole book, anyways.
that's true. And this one I got just because it hadn't been used for anything, and it's
Mm-hmm.
really a pretty.
It's a pretty cover.
It's a pretty cover. It's embossed and it's green,
Mm-hmm.
except they
Wrote on it,
wrote
yeah.
on it, but inside it's just plain paper. It's nothing special. But I
Mm-hmm.
thought I could take out a bunch of these pages and then
Yep.
do art on the ones that are
On the
left,
ones.
and it would,
Oh
it
yeah.
would be good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's that's the end of it.
Okay, guys, don't forget Lisa's going to come on Sunday, and I'm going to stream Sunday at 1 Central Time. We do
I'm going to
Central
come
Time.
on with her,
Yes,
not
she's going to
myself.
yeah, she's going to come play with me on Sunday. I had asked her last Sunday, but I just couldn't get my act together. Can you get it off with a highlighter? Sometimes you can remove it with a whiteboard marker or highlighter.
Oh, that's
Hmm.
interesting. I've used alcohol on things before, but I had never thought about a highlighter. I never would
Well,
have thought of that. I have to be honest, Teresa. I needed you to tell me because I never would have thought of that. Um, let me see. I think I have some highlighters. Let me
okay, you
look.
got to watch your time too, hon.
Oh, that's true. That's true. What time is it? Okay, we got
3:42.
2 minutes, but
Oh
I don't
yes,
have the
Barbara.
right
We
kind of
I will
highlighter.
do a little book page for sure. And I want to show you Sharon's envelope that she sent me. So I may do a little book page with some things out of Sharon's envelope.
I'm just going to use this 91% alcohol. That usually will. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, like she said, make sure you have get a baby wipe out to get that alcohol out of your cover.
Oh, that's a good idea. See, I wouldn't have thought of that either. Thank y'all. This is why we have friends because we don't know everything all by ourselves.
Well, we just don't think of the things that can go wrong.
Yeah.
You did a few little book pages. Yeah, I didn't do anything but my postcards this time. We were There were days where I was physically exhausted from some of the tramping around we were doing. So, and then there was a lot of shopping involved. So you guys are not going to believe it when you see my hauls. So,
I can't wait. I
uh,
hope they're coming out soon.
well, I haven't got. I've sorted. That's what I did is I sorted, and so that I could make calls. But did it work?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
just
alcohol.
I didn't have a highlighter, but I just used alcohol, but it worked.
So,
All right, I got to go. I'm sorry.
Lisa, got to go, guys. We'll see you Sunday. Bye.
Love you all. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.